take a look at our map draft. Looks like we have a Ravenwolf versus Raja Shiladitya. I'm going to assume that's a Mr. Wick code name. John Wick is here. What do we have? We have Mega Random Band first for Ravenwolf. He likes his predictability here. Nomad as well. Out the window. Yucatan, Kawasan Arena, Ghost Lake, ultimately ending up on enclosed with Rivers, Mongolia, Nile Delta for John Wick.
Oh, John chose this one. Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's the guest, so he was able to pick from the last like remaining 2 maps.
I'm just surprised he would want to go enclosed
like
off of that.
The only one not here is Black Forest. So it was between enclosed and Black Forest for the final map.
Well then fair enough, yeah.
So we ended up on enclosed. Now I said A League was the fun league. C League is actually
the real
the
fun league.
And 3, 2, 1, play at 9 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Winter Bash. Here on enclosed, we have Wolf of the North playing as the Britons and John Wick as the Turks in orange and purple, respectively.
At this point, we've seen enclosed a good number of times. I guess we can restate it.
One of the top maps played this year. I think it at least in the draft comes across as fairly inoffensive, right? Like you don't really care.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, enclosed is just a really interesting map, and I'm really glad it's seeing the amount of play that it is.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, especially at this level. The one major thing with it is these these path terrains cannot be built on, so you can't like wall yourself in very easily, especially with the gold stone berries all being outside of your main base starting spot.
And John Wick starting off with some pretty brutal idle TC time.
We should mention John Wick, not a common appearance.
Yeah,
not a commonly appearing player for our Winter Bash AoE2 side.
You could possibly even say that he was coerced into playing this game.
I mean, as much as I talked to him about it, he was enthusiastic about playing. He reminded me a couple times to try to get Cameron and him set up. So
yeah,
I'm really happy he's here and decided to make a go out of it, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. But suffice it to say, the idle TC time, as example, gonna be not exactly the same optimized level as what we were seeing in Squeaky versus Silly Seth, for example. It's going to be a little more chill, you know. Wolf of the North lost. Last time we saw him, lost to Squeaky G, I think, actually.
I think so, yeah.
For his challenge up to B League. So he has to win this game, this match, which consists of 1 game, before he can challenge up to B League again, if that's what he wants to do. So still working on progressing on his own way. We'll see what John Wick can do as the Turks. Strong late game civ. Both have these actually, the Britons and the Turks.
And Britons, as mentioned before, main unit is the Longbowmen. Turks, gunpowder civ usually.
Yes. They also have really strong like light cav, hussar. Gonna be a good one. Haha. Swilly9 in the chat. Yeah, indeed. Maybe we'll ask, maybe you can give us some insider info on what the thought processes throughout the game. Turks, a lot of times ultimately the composition you'll see is hand cannons. They have the Janissaries or their unique unit out of the castle, which you can unlock in Castle Age, which is unique because usually for gunpowder units you need chemistry at the university, which you can only research in Imperial, but the Turks get hand cannons in Castle with their Janissary. So that combined with Hussar, Light Cav, and probably Bombard cannons as siege. Ultimately, if you're playing the Turks in a late game, like optimized way, that's what you're going to end up.
Now, I find this super interesting because it essentially means that both players here have like right-clicked the specific buffalo that they want to take, rather than like letting them go after they've already killed one, because they're not hurting them into their TC.
Well, Wolf of the North here has got one.
He's got one, but the rest of them are all outside out there.
Looks like, yeah, these players not really I mean, I guess, yeah, the water buffaloes being under the TC at least, if you're going to take multiples, would make it more efficient.
No,
But,
no, I more mean to say that they just weren't like left to do their job. They were specifically chosen to do it out.
okay, I see. Oh, yeah, yeah, makes sense. Also, I recall in the voice chat, which again, I was just sitting in there while these guys were playing, Wolf of the North at some point here said, "Oh, I've made a huge mistake," and now we know what that was.
Yeah.
Killing the elephant with the TC arrow fire. Technically, you have to kill it with a villager in order to be able to gather. If you kill any herdable with a military unit, that food is not gatherable. So he just lost out on about 100 food there. 400 food. Apologies. Oh my goodness. Gonna slow him down a little bit. Cam in the chat, not like this.
I haven't seen a lumber camp yet for Swilly, or sorry, John Wick.
John Wick actually not taking any. Okay, no, he's got.
He
one
is on a
two
he's on stragglers. Yeah.
Okay, that could be a John Wick special optimized
Could
play.
be.
You know, we got 3 houses out for him as well as some idols on the buildings that were just completed. And barracks for both now are coming up. Wolf of the North with this like line of houses back here. I would have loved to see these like in like a more like strategic position to like block off some.
Exactly. Start the wall. Enclose is very, very easy.
But at the very least, you're not getting housed, right? Here comes the 4th house for John Wick as he's forced to do some pretty inefficient gathering of all resources here, kind of.
Pretty much, yeah. And I like this wolf scout just kind of sitting outside of his. I don't know if this is intentional, but it's sitting outside of John Wick's TC, being able to see what he's producing if he wants to move it in at all.
Wait, wait, you got a wolf scout?
No,
this horse. Okay, yeah, I see you. Okay. We have a dude named John Wick in the club. That's right, we do. Yeah, you're right. John Wick is in the club.
And looks like out of Buffalo. Will he go to the elephants?
He hasn't. Has he taken? No, you get 2 elephants.
You get 2 elephants.
He hasn't taken either. He may not know either that they're boars, or he may not know about taking boars at all in age 2.
It looks like he's sending him possibly to the berries.
We're gonna go to a gold mine with a bunch of these. And he did attack Wolf of the North Scout. So if it comes down to a scout fight, actually John Wick also has taken some hits.
See what vision he gained with putting this down.
Comes down to who gets the hit first right now. Outpost right now in Dark Age won't really provide any vision from that spot. It'll get better, like it gets more vision when you go up. You get Town Watch and whatnot. But John Wick definitely struggling a little bit with keeping those resources flowing. Wolf of the North, 45 seconds away from Feudal Age though. We'll see what his plan is.
10 on golds, 0 on food unfortunately, so cannot keep producing vills for John Wick. Pretty standard setup I'd say for Wolf in terms of its spread.
I just want to make it clear for any B or C, or I guess C or D league players. Elephants are a food source you can take. They fight back when you shoot at them, but you just have to get them under your TC, shoot them with like 6 or 7 villagers, and you'll get that 400 food out of them. So
I don't know if you caught that, but John Wick has made a single militia unit that has killed a deer.
He's taking deer out with these guys?
No, well, I don't know if he's taking them all out, but I saw at least one, and I think he's just upset with that specific deer.
Well, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Maybe that deer stole his dog.
Yeah, that could have been, yeah. Maybe he wanted to start his own arc, and that was his.
That could be, too. Could be the deer that will get revenge on him. Maybe they'll block the castle foundation in a crucial moment. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Sending a few villagers back up probably to either chop or farm. John Wick is housed. He's got enough wood for a house, though, if he ends up deciding to go for that.
Still,
the North,
no lumber
go on the outside.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, no lumber camp. Did manage to do a mill on the berries, though, so that's a step in the right direction. We left.
That is a step in the right direction. And has taken his 10 off of. He's figured he needed food, which is probably the best move we could have made here.
Gonna farm around the mill, a little bit exposed. Would love to see farms around the TC for that, but it's a mill, right? You got to build it to unlock the
Yeah,
farms.
I mean,
maybe it gives
when
you
you're
something
looking
extra special for him.
When you're looking at this game, right, and you don't play it super often, like it makes sense that the farms go around the mill.
I mean, this donkey over here, he's grinding up all the like wheat or whatever you get out of the farms, anyways, right? Might as well keep it close. You don't want all this hard work to go to waste.
Not only that, but it looks pretty. And that's really what we're here for.
Yeah, you can actually see John Wick leaving a little gap at the top of the mill so the farms are all lined up perfectly in a square, too. I hope he finishes the last 2 farms there. Could be very satisfying.
He's realized he's been housed, so he has been 1. And we have a blacksmith coming down as Wolf is in age 2.
You're pretty quiet. So, Mr. Mike.
I said, Wolf's blacksmith is coming down in age 2, which is, you know, step in the direction to go to age 3.
Could be age 3,
and he has
could be for fletching too. See what he
could be for fletching as well. That is a good point. He does have the archery range, so when he gets the resources, he could go age 3.
Looks like spamming a few archers for now. He's got good vision. He's been going back and forth in front of John Wick's. I guess not for a while now. He doesn't see the mining camp or the house, so it's been a while since he checked up on the scout. But John Wick with a couple of little militia boys here.
And there's the age 2 for John Wick.
And he's gonna make it up to age 2. So this guy's got he's got a few things going for him. 8 on berries. Could just move on to the next berries as long as
he's figured out he needs a lumber camp. Beautiful.
We got that lumber camp. Ravenwolf, Camus Cameron in the chat. Sorry, I revealed your chat name there. Do you have small trees on in this game? I need to know so that I can optimize my game so that it looks exactly like the players. So I'm guaranteed John Wick does not have small trees.
That is a good point, yeah.
That's why the lumber camp is where it is.
I
don't think I did. Incredible. All right, turning off graphics. That pauses the game, so I'm at 1915 now. I don't know if that matters.
Okay, you're old.
1930.
Okay.
So this is more what our players are looking at here. The lumber camp is a little more understandable now that we see it's kind of awkward to place stuff behind other stuff in the game, like age, so isometric view and everything. Wolf of the
Especially when you
North
can't turn the camera like you can in 4.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine Age of Empires 2 Infinite Edition. Where they like create sprites for every angle and allow you to turn the camera. That would be so. I don't think anybody would ever use it.
Incredible.
I think that would be confusing and unnecessary, honestly. Maybe that's why they haven't done it yet.
Well,
would be pretty impressive though. Would be very impressive to look at.
We got some archers moving closer and closer to John Wick's base.
Also, full fletching and archer armor for Wolf of the North here. He's got fully teched archers.
He's ready to fight.
I think you can pass on the armor unless you see your enemy making units that you need to worry about taking damage from. But that's just a small optimization. Ultimately, you're taking control of the game, moving forward, getting kills. John Wick's going to have to react, and he is actually reacting. One thing, I think the game knowledge might be lacking a little bit from Purple, but like this is a better reaction to raids than I've seen a lot of like A-tier players have, honestly.
Not being garrisoned, but they are moving in the right direction.
They're backing up, at least for now. We'll see if he can sustain this. It's going to get really messy for him now. He's going to have to hide under the TC.
Might not know the garrison key as well.
Is making the stable. Looks like he right-clicked the town center and the villagers just all dropped off their resources. That's kind of probably more an age
no, he got
thing.
He got it.
He looked in the UI, he found the garrison hotkey. Didn't even have to hit town bell there. TC is actually full now, so all these villas are just going to be kind of idle. But he does have a stable. Enough light cav enough scouts will clear this up. Not going to be the best unit you can make. That would be skirmishers. But it kind of also depends on the resources, and John Wick does not have the resources for skirms. They cost
Wolf
wood,
currently housed at the moment. Surprisingly, Ville's about the same.
Yeah, that's actually true. 29-25. idle TC time pretty similar here. Wolf of the
Yeah.
North is about to go castle, so that's definitely
True,
gonna help him
true.
out. But these elephants are like little mascots. Now I'm happy
They
he
are.
didn't kill them. Honestly, they're really kind of.
They're basically body blocking these. They're acting as walls.
Yeah, exactly. That's the John Wick play.
Yeah. That's what we come to see.
Scouts are here. I'm hoping he masses up a little bit. I think John Wick has enough basic like RTS knowledge.
Oh, and they've killed the mascot.
Wolf of the North takes out the mascot. I think that's maybe the inciting incident John Wick needed.
Yeah, that was the dog killing moment.
He's gonna go crazy. He's dropping another stable now. Not taking any more food from these farms. So he's
Probably
not gonna
just
be able to
scared from
make
the
any more
archers, I would
stables.
imagine.
But you'll love to see it. Has spent all of his food now. And the initial reaction of pulling away the villas was strong, but the follow-up has not really been there for John Wick. He's just chopping wood now. Not going to be able to turn that into anything else either without that market. Might be able to do some damage here, but the archer armor is in for Wolf of the North, so should be able to clean up those scouts still, especially with that micro. Wolf of the North, one of the higher APM players in our scene, somehow able to pull back, micro those units, and ultimately clean them up. He probably will fall back though. We'll see. As he hits castle in 15 seconds. And John just under pressure. Cam is Cameron. No food for you. We have scale mail armor now for Wolf. We might be seeing an infantry switch from him. Going into spearman now.
Oh.
Makes sense with the scout cavalry he's seeing from the enemy. Spearman archers is a strong combo.
Wolf doesn't... Oh, he sees the scouts and realizes he can't fight that, I guess.
He's pulling back and actually attacking with the starting
look at
scout,
that.
which starts on no attack stance. So that's a manual click to attack and block with that. Some good army control from Yellow.
Yeah, very
from
much,
Orange,
yeah.
honestly. Really, some good plays from both players here. In fits and spurts, at least. I do like the spearmen and. Wolf
You need to move these
idols
idols right here, if possible, to the farms again for John Wick.
This is true. These farms not under pressure for the time being. Could be farmed once again. He is still dropping the occasional farm here. That one in front of the houses could be a little dangerous.
A little
Be one
dangerous,
for a daredevil farmer. That one.
Or even possibly, with these idols, you could just go off and grab some berries in a different direction.
John Wick housed at 30 pop, but he does have almost all of his workers, all of his villagers working again. So that's a good return to form. Fortunately, looks like he selected a worker, a villager with the scout army. And now it's crossbow for Wolf of the North. Age advantage there. Spearman with the armor. It's going to be hard to really do anything as John Wick. Wolf of the North house of 50. Gotta get that house down. Looks like it's been shift queued behind something. Unfortunately, could take a while.
And you know, actually neither player has really seen how many resources are on the side. I wonder if this would change how they would have played if they knew that enclosed has as many as it doesn't.
John Wick seems to have attacked his own elephant and is gonna lose scout to the elephant.
Yeah, I mean the elephant stands strong.
He stands strong, he stands proud. Won't be scared away. Yeah, it's possible John Wick could maybe have snuck out for some proxy resources. I don't think.
At least to get food if he was scared about the farms here.
Yeah. That said, he's working up the farms. It's a little cramped in here, but farms and wood are going to be the safest thing you can gather here, and that's kind of all you need for scouts. Scouts may not do the job ultimately, though.
No, at least not that few of scouts. Yeah.
Yeah. We got Bodkin Arrow now for Wolf of the North. That's going to add range and damage to the crossbowman. 5+2, 5+3
and
goes
it's
up.
the Hail Mary. It's the Hail Mary. He's fed up.
He's sending them all. He's sending the whole village. They won't stand for it any longer.
Let's see if their shivs can pull it off.
Crossbows just firing into the crowd.
I guess they have like swords.
Looks like
Oh, and that's what
that's
it's
it.
called.
Calls that villager micro in fights is a little bit too much for him to deal with. You have to right click on every unit individually as they kill. They don't auto attack. So Wolf of the North takes that one. Final Hail Mary performance from John Wick. He's back in the game. John Wick is back. He's returned. We'll see. Maybe we'll get him to play another one. I think there are some.
Hopefully. I mean, I would love to see some more from him.
Closer matchups he could go for if he picks his battles. But Wolf unlocks. I think he gets 2 points from that one. Might be the highest point earner of the entire tournament so far.
True, yeah.
And unlocks the ability to once again challenge upwards to B League if he wants to do that. Well played.
Well played.
Let's take a look at.
Honestly, that's a good thumbnail right there.
What?
Just the villagers all lying on the ground.
It's a massacre. Oh, they all died in such quick succession.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Technology Society, 8 p.m. Actually, John Wick is 26 8 p.m.
Yeah, no, I honestly think that
compared to what we've seen.
If John Wick were to practice this game and get a build order down, he's got like the mental for it.
Yeah, I'd say if he likes the game enough to do it.
Yeah,
like
true.
It can be. You just gotta get involved in it and get playing it right. It depends on if people enjoy it enough. But definitely could do it if you wanted to.